What separates a romantic relationship from a friendship? Physical touch.
That physical touch, that physical affection.
That's something you got to be intentional about.
Yeah.
It's easy to fade away.
My love language is touch. I understand like the sadness of feeling touch deprived.
It's just happening more than ever right now, too.
Yeah, because people are going through like kind of the same thing.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, I'm MJ.
And I'm Bree.
Welcome to Keeping It Casual.
A sex-positive dating and relationship advice podcast.
Yes, I'm married with 2 kids.
And I'm navigating this crazy dating world.
We're just here to share our drama.
And the wild stories of our listeners.
Your Vegas girls are here for you.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Whoa,
We are
whoa.
recording in my email. We're going to check our emails.
Hey, we got an email from the IDAC crew. We'll read that another time. It's a why did I date him?
Loving, touching, squeezing.
Here we go. Hey guys, good afternoon.
We have been talking about Bound to Happen. We like to record outside. And we said we're going to be recording live from the pool.
And we're
it's
doing
happening.
it.
It's a bajillion degrees in
It's
Vegas.
about 113 I saw in my car when I was driving over here. And when you texted me this morning,
Yeah.
this afternoon, it was
Yeah.
my morning though. You texted me, you were like, we're just chilling in the pool. And I was like, okay, I'm going to get ready and come over. And I'm going to chill in the pool too.
Yeah.
I don't need to get ready.
Let's do this. Yeah.
Let's do
I'm
it.
excited.
I am
And
too.
Bree was always like, no, I'm going to fall in or the equipment's going to fall in, but I think we have it all good. We literally have the little Zoom podcast recorder sitting on a
Ice pack so it
an
doesn't
ice
overheat.
Oh man, this is the life. This is the Vegas life, guys.
It's so hot. I was just in San Diego and it was like 75 was the peak and it was gorgeous out, and then I come back and it's like we're in a heat wave and it's excessive heat warnings, and I was like, can I just stay and can I just go back to San Diego?
Yes, we all want to be living
Ugh,
oceanside
living-
in California right now.
Ugh.
Not right now, but just in
general.
theory.
Okay, so I have an update, you guys, with a Slutbot.
What? Tell me more.
So I get a text yesterday. I'm at Walmart picking up some groceries, and I get a text that's like, I know I haven't made a lot of time for you recently, but I'm willing to reset. And I was like, and it was from a number I didn't know. And I was like, who the fuck is this? And I didn't want to say who the fuck is this real quick. So I like Googled the area code and it was San Francisco. And I was like, is this my friend Grace fucking with me? Like having her boyfriend text me or something?
like what's going on?
What's going on? And so I texted her and I was like, are you fucking with me? And she was like, if I wanted my boyfriend to sex with you, I'd be like, hey, he's going to sex with you so he can work on his skills. And I was like, yeah, you're right. You would have warned me first. And I was like, who is this? And they were like, it's Slutbot. I feel like we should reconnect. And I was like, dear God. So, keepers, I did that for you, and now I'm getting stalked by an app.
Now you're getting stalked by the slut bot. I love it. It just pops up at Walmart. It's like, what are you wearing? You're like, what? Who are you? That's so great.
Could you imagine if it would have happened when I was in San Diego with my guy?
Oh, or just like somebody picked up your phone, like you're in the shower, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden they're like, who the fuck is this? They're like, it's Slutbot. They're like, Slutbot, huh? Who's Slutbot? It's Jake from State Farm.
It's Jake.
It's Slutbot from jukebox.com.
Oh my God. I was just like, what the fuck? So I deleted it real quick.
That is awesome. And I love it so much.
I texted you immediately after it happened. I was like, I have something to tell you, and I have to tell it on the podcast, and I can't tell you anything. And she was like, I'm ready.
Thank you for saving that little tidbit for us.
You're
Because
welcome.
bringing sexting back was an awesome episode. Even my friend, she messaged, she goes, sexting all the way. She just put, I've got my head back in the game. 'Cause
Yes.
She's a married woman, so
Yes.
appreciate that.
All right, and guys, guess what? We need to give a shout out to our partners in crime, Like a Kitten.
Yeah.
They inspire women to embrace their sexuality and mainstream masturbation.
Yes, you guys, the Good Vibes summer boxes have been sent out officially on June 1st, so we can't wait to see what's in ours. We're going to do an unboxing video for you and, dive into all our favorites.
Hell yeah. And we've got you 20% off. Go to likeakitten.com and apply code KEEPERS20.
So tell me about San Diego. Tell me.
The weather was perfect the entire time I was there.
And you got to sneak around and do things without masks. I'm like, I don't want to be on the beach in a mask.
No, I definitely
Kill
was
me
not
now.
on the beach in a mask. Beach rules are really kind of stupid right now.
Mm-hmm.
Not stupid. I'm sure they're in place for whatever reason, social distancing. But my group I was with, we were definitely socially distant from everybody on that beach. Because,
Mm-hmm.
if you're playing in the water, that's fine. If you're exercising on the beach, that's fine. But you can't just be like sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
I
Gotcha.
sat there. I sat on the beach, whatever. But anytime like the I'm such a dick. Anytime, like, because they were like, you can be exercising on the beach if you're not in the water. I went in the water. I go swimming in the ocean. I don't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah.
I love it.
Me too.
I love that
It's very
salt
cleansing.
water. Yeah.
I love it. I love what it does to my hair and my
hair.
skin.
Well, I don't put my hair in there
Very
because of my
healing.
extension, but my skin, yes, and it helps me like with my sinuses too. All that salt water, kind of like,
Interesting.
yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. It always clears up my skin. Like,
Yeah.
if my skin's breaking out, it just, the salt is just, it's good.
it's natural.
Afterwards, I just roll around it and loofah up.
So anytime the lifeguards would come by and like telling the people who were sitting around that they had to be doing standing, whatever, running, I would start teaching yoga to the group I was with. I was like,
Perfect.
and downward dog.
Yes, there you go.
I would have been laying there, and then like at one point they kind of came around. I was like, we are in dead man's pose right now.
Savasana, please don't speak for 3 minutes. You're ruining my shit.
I have found my Zen moan.
Yeah. They probably hate it just as much, you know?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, God, just enforcing people not to take in fresh air is just...
Yeah, so that was fine. And then the first night we were in like the gas lamp quarter area. That's where we stayed. I was in a beautiful townhome.
Airbnb, right?
Yeah, across from me was a bunch of beautiful high rises, and then across the other street was a bunch of crackheads.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like downtown Las Vegas.
But then that's basically what it was. It was like any downtown. It was downtown LA, downtown Vegas, any downtown
Yeah.
like city area.
You could walk down this street, but not this one next to it.
Yeah. And that's how it was, which is fine. We see a restaurant where we can sit inside or outside, but I chose outside because it was beautiful weather.
Mm-hmm.
I could sit on a table without a mask and order a michelada and
Love
eat
it.
food, and it was great. So that's what we did. And then the first night we were there, like my guy texted me and he was like, where are you at? Just like send me your pin. So I sent it to him and I was like, I know you worked all day, I know, like whatever. And he was like, I want to see you. And I was like, yeah, but like I'm here for a few more days, like it's not a big deal. And he's like, I'm coming right now. I was like, oh.
Brie, but it's no big deal. You know, I'm just here thinking, you know, just do my thing.
And then like by the next day I was like, here's my pen, I'll see you in a few minutes. Like I changed it up. I went from like whatever to being like, get in an Uber, I'll see you now.
Like, I don't want to bother you, to get your sexy buns over to me immediately for squeezes.
Get your nice hands over here.
Oh, yeah. Chris has nice hands, too. I've always appreciated just nice
Yeah,
hands.
I didn't even like, it wasn't even anything that had ever registered to me until I was like, we were at lunch one day and I looked over and I was like, oh my God, your hands are so nice. I didn't say it out loud. Of course, I'm thinking that. And I was like,
His hands. I kind of want them on me.
oh God,
I know.
bear paws.
You don't realize you like something until you see it on somebody and you're like, oh, God, those biceps. Look at those forearms. Just weird things.
Is that like
Like,
weird?
look at your knees.
Does that like, does that like
hot knees?
go in does this like count as weird things that turn you on about your partner?
Probably.
I think so.
Yeah.
Hands.
Yeah.
Nice hands.
Nice hands, yeah. Chris has an incredible back, and he has a monster dragon tattoo piece on.
Chris
his
does
back.
have a nice back.
Yeah, he's got, baby got back and a booty, all of it.
I've never checked out your husband's booty.
It checks everybody out. It's there.
It's
just
there.
a
I don't
poppin'
think I've
booty.
ever like just put that much thought into it. He's always shirtless when I'm over, so
Yeah.
I've noticed his back. He doesn't have time for shirts.
He doesn't have time to work out. He's just naturally ripped.
Yeah, I was
Fucker.
gonna ask that. I was like, he doesn't really work out. It must be his job though.
Yeah, he works out a lot at work, I guess. He's lifting
He's
things.
always like working on cars and lifting things and doing things. I don't know. Chris is like a manly man.
They're actually building all the plastic pieces for this casinos currently, like the plastic
Oh,
dividers that are going to be between people.
Oh,
and
that's
at the
awesome.
casino tables. Is it? I mean, no, it's a good.
Yeah.
They do a lot of jobs for all the casinos
Yeah,
and all the
I
custom
was
work
like
and
hoping
stuff.
that he was gonna be working for what the Hard Rock's gonna become. He was helping.
Virgin.
Yeah, he was gonna help redo Virgin.
Oh, they probably will. They get different contracts for all the casinos.
I know they do. I was gonna come over and be like, Chris, tell me what's gonna look like in there.
Richard Branson's dream casino. I
But the
can't
Hard
wait
Rock was so cool. Like,
R.I.P. to the Hard Rock Las Vegas, guys.
That was my favorite spot.
Yeah, it's going to be even cooler because you can't make it less.
Oh, okay. So funny story from San Diego, and then I'll let you catch up on your life. I am a lot more naive than I think I am sometimes.
Oh,
So
my girl? Let's hear it.
okay, my guy, he's talking about farm parties.
Okay.
And I was like, I don't know. We were talking about parties, this, that. And I was like, oh, I used to party with these kids in high school. And I was like, because they had better alcohol, bigger houses. And he goes, in better drugs. And I was like, weed.
Yeah. Who had all the weed?
Yeah, they had all the weed. He said something about farm parties. And I'm thinking like a party at a farm.
Well, yeah.
And I was like, what, did you like party in the barn? And he goes, no, like pharmaceutical parties. And I was like, I'm an idiot.
Farm party.
Yes. And Haley was
Oh.
like, my 15-year-old niece, she goes, what do you, like, you didn't know that? And I was like, my guy's 10 years older than me. He knows this slang.
Yeah.
My 15-year-old niece knows this slang. I looked at my cousin and she goes, I thought it was at a farm too. Like,
I did too. Honestly, I'm like, I
think-
never heard of a farm party. Like, it was all like freaking dropping acid and ecstasy. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like, I don't know if pills were that big. It was like
They
people were
weren't-
excited
people-
about
pills weren't-
raving and stuff when I was in high school.
pills weren't big when I was in high school either. Or
Yeah.
if they were, I wasn't in on it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, same.
I've never been to a farm party. I was thinking like Footloose, like we can't dance, so we're dancing in the barn.
That sounds like the most boring party ever. We're all just gonna pop pills and sit around and drool. Like, what is that? I don't even know. But
I don't know
lame.
either.
Farm parties are lame. That sounds so boring. We were like taking massive acid trips and like dancing all night. And, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. We danced at our parties. You guys just sound like you lounged a lot. at
Yes.
farm
What do you
parties.
do at a farm party? Like
don't know.
legit, I'm thinking like they're dancing in a barn because it's
Everybody's
permitted.
blacked out. It's like that scene in True Blood when she hypnotized everybody and like their
Yes.
eyes turned black.
Yes.
And Thievery Corporation was playing.
Yes, except for without the giant orgy.
It could have been, and nobody remembers because they were all like taking pills and
Oh my
taking
god.
pills and drinking.
Oh my god. Yeah, so that's my Bree doesn't know cool slang.
I didn't know that either, so I'm gonna laugh because I bet half of our listeners know it and half of them don't. So
Half
that's
of them are
interesting.
like thinking like us. They're like, "Oh yeah, party in a barn. Interesting. What?"
They're like, I went to a farm party. It was fucking epic. Y'all don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, send us all the deets, okay? When you
"Tell
went
us
to farm
about your
party.
farm parties."
And why it was so special. I think quarantine has given Chris and I a really good connection. Because I
Aw.
think, like, even with children, we're kind of quarantined. Because unless
Yeah.
we get a babysitter or we get friends to
Yeah.
help us with the kids, we're kind of stuck at home.
Yeah.
So it made us embrace more things to do at home. And I think with quarantine, we've all been seeking outwards for so long because there's so many options outside of
Yeah.
our own space that we can take them. But now I've been looking inward more. Like, what can I do at home? I've been doing my yoga. I've been waking up in the morning. I did it 4 out of 7 days last week.
Good
I
for
missed a
you.
few, but I can tell the days I didn't. I crave like waking up early again. So it's becoming a really good habit, putting myself to bed.
Yes.
But also like really prioritizing our date night. Like what helps for us is like, okay, sitting in front of the TV where we're sitting all the time with the kids is not going to be a good date night situation.
Like setting up outside.
Yeah, so we sat up outside. We said, let's get the kids to bed. Or at 9 o'clock, we're meeting outside. We're playing music, make a couple of cocktails, and we had the best night. We laughed and talked and just hung out.
It was like hanging out at a bar without having to go to the bar.
Yeah, we were like, I was like, this is our bar. So, you know, we've always had that option. That option's been available to us since ever.
Yeah.
It's available to everybody, but sometimes you just don't take it because you're like, there's so much else to do.
Yeah.
And then honestly, sometimes you end up doing nothing. So it's really forced us to like really prioritize alone time. And
Good.
it was fucking phenomenal.
Ah,
So
that's awesome.
it's good to connect when you've been in relationships for so long and you feel like we can still get down and connect. We're still hot for each other. We still have these great moments. And
yes.
but you have to set aside time. It ain't just gonna happen.
No.
You know, it's like setting aside time for your workout or, you know, setting intention and being like, we're making this happen. Let's do it.
Even just setting aside, like, I get that because, like, with me, it was like, okay, I can't go visit my guy in quarantine, blah, 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 whatever, because he's an essential worker.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, I said, fuck it. I want to go.
Yep.
And it was setting aside the time for it. And you know what? It was the easiest thing to do. The only reason I got an Airbnb is because I was going with other people, too. Like, if it would have been just me, I would have stayed with him.
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't going to be like, hey, by the way, my friends are going to sleep here, too.
Yeah. I think really it's a weird time, but we all have options. Listen to yourself and what you need and do it in a smart way. But,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of the media and a lot of social media can get really overwhelming and it makes you feel like you have no options. So just remember you do have options. So make the most of them.
Well, that leads right into this advice email that you know nothing about.
Yes,
so.
okay, I've been waiting for this. I love when she has stuff to tell me and doesn't tell me. What's up, guys? It's MJ.
And Bree.
So now more than ever, visual content is key to helping build brand awareness. So it can be overwhelming to do it all sometimes. Do not let your vision suffer. It's time to outsource.
Whether you are a social media influencer needing an editor for your videos or an entrepreneur needing multiple promo videos, we found your guy right here in Las Vegas, Mike Fox at avprovideography.com. He has over 15 years of experience.
Yes, go ahead and check that IG now. He can help you capture your vision. You know, maybe it's a one-time project, or if you're looking for more consistent weekly content or monthly promotions, he is definitely your man.
He specializes in multiple videos at one monthly price, and you are guaranteed your videos in 7 days or less.
Yeah.
Head to avprovideography.com for a free 15-minute consultation about your project or ideas to further build your brand and see what he can do for you.
That 15-minute consultation goes a long way. Just tell him MJ and Bree from Keeping It Casual podcast sent you for that extra sweet hookup.
Just do it. We got this on Instagram DMs,
Okay.
and they want to stay anonymous.
Okay. Where are they from?
Los Angeles.
Okay.
This guy I've been dating since November will not get naked with me because of COVID-19. Is he really paranoid or planning his escape once the pandemic is over? He thinks exchanging bodily fluids is risky. Yes, we were intimate pre-pandemic. Not as much as I would like, though. He's 57. However, he will travel to Home Depot, 7-Eleven, whatever, to grab chocolate milk, which is definitely not an essential outing. Sexting, he doesn't really flirt via text at all, never has.
But 57, I feel like he's not really the sexting generation.
We spend time twice a week at his house on different ends of the couch. Oh, I say affectionate things to him to compliment him. Since I can't touch him, he doesn't really reciprocate. I sleep in his bed, however, no hugs, no touching. It's a bit of a letdown. I kind of feel like I don't even want to go back to being intimate with him since it's been so long. I just look at him like a platonic dude friend. Any suggestions? Signed, Anonymous in Los Angeles.
I think it's become more of a comfort thing, but I mean, what he's worried about is kind of irrational because you both can get STD testing and you can both get tested for COVID.
I understand losing your sex drive through this because I lost mine. With all this information coming at us so much, I was just like,
It's scary.
yeah, it was scary, and I didn't feel sexy. I mean, I was living in sweatpants. I didn't make my partner feel like he was a sexy man. Like, I gave up on that. I was like, you know what? Fuck this.
I went through that too. It was like a whole month of just pajamas, and we all laughed about how long we were in our pajamas.
Yeah.
And just why not?
Exactly. But then, I was like, I got to change this because I'm depressed. But I hate saying this. He's 57. What if he needs like a little blue pill or something, and it could be that?
If you guys have been intimate before and then all this shit happened and then it just totally killed his drive, it's scary for a lot of people, and it's affecting everybody in different ways. So if you think this is worth working on and doing a relationship, I think it would help to really get some solid information instead of having all these irrational fears.
Yeah.
Like if he's not willing to look at the facts and just being overwhelmed and irrational about things, then maybe it's something more that's not worth.
And I get,
unless you enjoy his company, want to be friends.
Yeah, sitting on opposite ends of the couch is a bit extreme.
And then okay, let's sleep in the same bed, but let's not. I think that's just a comfort thing and a company thing. So if you're comfortable just being in his company and you like that friendship right now, then I say there's nothing wrong with that. You just have to look at it like, okay, this is not happening.
I went through something and I was texting you about it, and you said, "Oh my God, I read this great article," and it was very similar to what we got this advice email from.
The one with talking about being touch deprived, the pandemic.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay. Yes. That was a good one. I found it on your Tango one day. So one thing it was talking about is like people that are in touch deprived relationships. It happens a lot. It happens mostly when you're in long-term relationships or when you have kids, because when it comes with kids, it seems like the parents tend to turn all their affection and attention and all that good loving they were given to their partner to their children, and they start forgetting about their partner, but also in one-on-one relationships too, because just become ships passing in the day and you're so used to these routines and the person's there and you forget how much just a hug or a squeeze or maybe just laying next to them and resting your head in their lap
Or
while
even
they're on
just
the
doing
couch.
like a little butt tap.
Yeah, just little fun, flirty ways of touching each other. And, Chris and I have been through phases like that where I realize, like, I haven't even looked him in the eyes today. Like, I'll give him a quick kiss goodnight or hug or this or that, but it's been a busy day. But have I gone up behind him and just squeezed him and held him or laid next to him and I play with his hair, whatever, and I was like, I need to remember that that's something you got to be intentional about.
Yeah.
It's easy to fade away.
Can't look at this from like a long-term marriage thing, but my love language is touch. So, I mean, I understand like the sadness of feeling touch deprived.
It's just happening more than ever right now, too.
Yeah, because people are going through like kind of the same thing. We're all wearing, living in the same sweatpants for 3 days. It's like in Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
How?
Remember the beginning of that movie when she was like, you wore sweatpants sweatpants for a week.
Yeah.
And you didn't change out of them. You weren't giving me your time or your attention. You were just like living on the couch.
Yeah.
And that affected their relationship. And of course, everybody wants to like hate Sarah Marshall in that movie, but it's like, I get it, girl.
Oh, hell yeah. If you're in a relationship that's touch deprived, what separates a romantic relationship from a friendship? Physical touch.
That physical touch, that physical affection. And it's not necessarily just sex, because you can have sex with a friend.
Mm-hmm. It's also that physical attention.
Yeah.
So if you're dealing with this, there's a couple of things you can do with it. And it has some really good points on here. One of the things was kind of shocking to me, because everybody talks about communication. Communication's everything. You want this from your partner, communicate it. This is the one thing where you do not need to communicate.
Nope. You just do it.
Yeah, because basically you start bringing it up, I'm not feeling you're giving me enough attention or enough touch or anything. They're going to feel immediately blamed for the whole thing.
Exactly.
And it's not even like that. What you can do is show them. And it's not like, we'll go start squeezing and hugging them more. Maybe that's not their love language.
Yeah, maybe their love language is acts of service, and they want you to cook them a nice steak for dinner.
Yeah. So when you hone in onto what your partner's love language is, Bree was like, should we do a love language episode? And I was like, has everybody done one?
Yeah.
But I don't know if you've officially just done one. So
No.
maybe we'll do one
Maybe.
for you guys. If you hone in on what their love language is and start showing them that kind of attention more, then they're going to turn around and feel more lovable towards you.
Yeah.
And
And I get that too. See, my love language is touch. I talk about it a lot, but I'm pretty sure my guy's love language is gifts. And I'm an excellent gift giver, but I am not a
Yes.
sporadic gift giver.
Uh-huh.
Like I'll give you a gift on your birthday, gift giver, or
Yep.
Christmas, not like sporadic, but people who love gifts are sporadic gift givers. So this is something I'm going to have to zone in on. This is new territory for me.
Well, like Chris is quality time. So I know if I want some attention and I want his hands on me, all I got to do is go sit next to him while he's on the couch watching TV and unwinding, and just lay my head in his lap or just sit next to him, and he's immediately hands all over me.
Yeah, and it helps you avoid number two, avoid the lack of sex and affection trap. So
God.
yeah, I had this happen with a friend where she and her husband were not being intimate, and then he didn't cheat on her per se. He just started, flirting with other women on the internet, which is still crossing a boundary that shouldn't have been crossed.
Yeah.
But at the same time, and I'm not defending him in any way, when the sex goes for a very long time, she even told me, she was like, well, we have sex, but I'm not into it. That's problematic, because then that's just doing sex out of routine. That's not
That's prioritizing.
Yeah, not even sexy prioritizing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Just doing sex. If you have this routine thing that's going on and you're not into it, that's not
Yeah,
good.
I wouldn't want to be a part of having sex with somebody and them not be into it.
So the lack of sex and affection trap is basically okay, man wants to go and have sex with his wife. So he goes at her and she's just like, no, and turns it down, I'm not in the mood. And then from her perspective, she's like, he doesn't touch me all day long, and all of a sudden he comes and puts his hands on me just because he wants sex. So there's that whole buildup in the middle that's not even being addressed.
Yeah.
He's not touching her and making her feel wanted and sexy throughout the day. That way, when he comes at her at the end of the night and like, baby, let's get it on, she's not just like, what, you just want to fuck? She's just like, oh, you've been winding me up all day.
Yeah.
So the affection and the touching is so important with that, and I totally hear that. So neither of them are feeling love.
Yeah.
He doesn't understand why she doesn't want it. He's feeling rejected, and she's feeling neglected.
I like point three. Point three, focus on what you can control, yourself and your own happiness. In a relationship, we can never control how somebody else acts as much as we would like to.
Preach.
Controlling behavior leads down to distance, resistance, and shutdown.
Yeah.
Focus on you being happy and easy and fun to be around. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I feel
and
like
it says
we
the
have,
flirting and affection are more likely to follow.
I feel like we have a friend in this very situation right now, trying to control a situation.
It really sucks because I understand that frustration when you're not connecting with a partner, and sometimes you're like, well, you just have to talk about it.
Sometimes you don't.
No, and I think this is one of those things where you don't. You should really just lean in a different way.
Yeah.
And if you don't understand what your partner's love language is and stuff, it's time to really get to know them a little better.
Yeah.
Play some sexy games. Chris and I did this sex personality quiz on our date night the other night.
I love
He's
that.
not into talking about stuff like that unless I really corner him, and that's what I did at our date night when there was no TV.
Yeah.
But I asked him his, and it was just fun to talk about things. We realized, we have fun connecting and understanding each other. It's really important.
I had a very similar situation. I think my guy's all sweet and innocent constantly, and then he threw like some info down at me when I was in San Diego this weekend. I'm not going to tell you what he told me, but he said something, and I went, "Tell me everything. Tell me more, please."
Farm parties, you thought he was all innocent. Like
he's got farm parties, and then this other story that made me go, "Oh, wait, what? Where did that come from?"
I like it.
Yeah.
I love it. We're always going to learn more about your partner, so don't think it's the end of things.
No.
It's a weird time. Give everybody a little grace and space to have what they need. But if you're controlling your happiness and focusing on yourself, if you're like, "Oh, I tried everything, I can't make them happy," make yourself fucking happy and just give them that energy that you're happy. You're happy to see them all the time. And
once again, that's for everybody. But once again, listener, anonymous in Los Angeles, if a guy loses his sex drive, it makes him more nervous in the bedroom because, oh well, God, I didn't perform then, so what if I can't perform now? And blah 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 blah. I've gone through this with men. Then they're too much in their head about it, and they can't perform. So maybe it's something like that. He got scared, the performance stopped, and now he's still scared.
You've definitely been kind of put in the corner, and that's not fair to be like, all of a sudden we were hooking up and now we're just friends. So if it's something that's bothering you and you feel like you don't enjoy the friendship and you want more, then you might need to kind of give him some space and not be as available for him and see how he comes back around and approaches you.
Yeah.
Don't feel like sleeping next to you in a cold bed with like the pillow in the middle and blocking us. It's not dumb. It's irrational. It's like that has nothing to do with the pandemic right now.
No.
How you're feeling and your emotions, that has plenty to do with it. Get some information, make sure people know how they can be safe and feel comfortable about it, and maybe it'll help to talk about things in that way.
Yeah, and I'm sorry you're going through that. That's tough.
But don't be in a situation where you're expecting more than somebody else is willing to give, because again, you can't control them.
Nope.
Keep yourself happy, live it up, and you guys just remember, it's a weird time, but we all have options. Embrace those options you have.
And because it is a weird time, even if you are emotionally attached, it's an easy time to cut shit off.
You can blame everything right now.
Yes, you can.
It's okay.
But
you need the space.
Yep. But you know what? I think it's time for me to go swimming.
Yeah.
On that note.
It's time to get in the pool. You guys, thank you so much for checking in with us every week. We really appreciate you. You guys got us on the top 200 charts.
Yes.
Unchartable.
We are doing it. This is you guys.
We're killing it overseas, too. We've gone global.
But please keep rating and reviewing on Apple Podcasts. For some reason, it helps us on the chart.
Yeah, that's how you do it for podcasts.
So thank you so much. We love you all. And until next time, bye.
Oh, good times. We hope you related.
If so, let us feature you. Email us at feedback@keepingitcasualpodcast.com or show you're a keeper on Facebook. Like the Keeping It Casual page and join the group.
Yes, bonus. If you rate and review on Apple Podcasts, you get into our monthly Keeping It Casual swag giveaway. It's the last Wednesday of every month.
More hookups when you share us on your Instagram stories at Keeping It Casual Podcast.
That's right. Find me anywhere socially at MJ Radio Diva.
And I'm everywhere at Bree Mixed, BreeMixed.
Keep it casual.
Bye.